Some SUVs have lost over 40% of their value in just 12 months. From 2024 to 2025, the market flipped. Prices plunged, demand dried up, and owners were left holding the bag. We're counting down 15 SUVs that crashed harder than anyone expected. And number 1, a six-figure flop that lost nearly half its value. Let's kick off with a model that used to be a smart buy until it wasn't. Number 15, 2024 Nissan Murano. The Nissan Murano was once a strong contender in the mid-size SUV game. With its sleek exterior, spacious cabin, and a $44,900 price tag, it looked like a smart buy for families and commuters alike. But if you picked one up in 2024, chances are you're regretting it now. In just 12 months, the Murano has lost an eye-watering 33% of its value, roughly $14,800 wiped off the top. Why? A complete redesign hit in 2025, making last year's model feel instantly ancient. And it's not just about looks. The outgoing Murano ran on a dated 3.5-liter V6 engine paired with Nissan's infamous CVT transmission, a combo known for jerky performance and long-term reliability issues. Consumer Reports has flagged multiple problems, from sluggish acceleration to major drivetrain failures as early as 50,000 miles. And with the platform dating all the way back to 2015, the 2024 Murano simply couldn't compete with fresher rivals. Inside, the infotainment feels more like 2017 than 2024. Safety tech? Minimal compared to newer options. And the used market? Cold as ice. Unless you want to watch your investment evaporate while waiting for a CVT replacement, skip the Murano. But if you think this was a rough drop, wait until you see what happened to Volkswagen's electric gamble. It's even worse. Number 14, 2024 Volkswagen ID.4. The Volkswagen ID.4 was supposed to be VW's breakout electric SUV. A starting price of $39,750, solid range, and a clean, futuristic design made it a compelling choice for eco-conscious buyers. But fast forward to 2025, and the ID.4 has turned into a resale nightmare. On average, owners lost about 33% of its value, nearly $15,000 gone in 1 year. The biggest culprit? Volkswagen's own pricing strategy. As the EV market softened, dealers slashed prices and threw in incentives to move inventory. That meant anyone who bought one new in 2024 was instantly underwater. But price cuts weren't the only issue. The ID.4's software system has been a disaster. Glitchy interfaces, slow response times, and system crashes have been widely reported by owners and flagged by Consumer Reports. Even the touchscreen-based climate controls frustrate drivers, with many calling them unintuitive and distracting. Charging performance also lags behind competitors, with slower DC fast charging than rivals like Hyundai or Tesla. The result? Buyers are losing confidence, and resale demand has plummeted. If you're okay watching your EV's value vanish every time a software update fails, the ID.4 is the perfect headache. Do you think buying new is still worth it in 2025? Or is the market just too risky now? Let us know in the comments. In just 1 year, the Stelvio Quadrifoglio lost a brutal 42% of its value. That's around $38,700 wiped out from its original $92,000 sticker. Why the nosedive? Simple: low demand, brutal maintenance costs, and Alfa's notorious reliability issues. Consumer Reports and countless owner forums cite constant warning lights, random electrical faults, and rough shifting. Even basic repairs often require specialty parts and hard-to-find technicians, making maintenance a logistical nightmare. It's fast, but fragile. The Stelvio Quadrifoglio is also a niche vehicle. While it aims to compete with the BMW X3M or Porsche Macan GTS, it doesn't have the resale confidence or loyal following of its German rivals. Combine that with rising insurance premiums and limited dealer support, and this Alfa starts looking less exotic and more problematic. Owning one might feel thrilling, until the thrill wears off and the bills roll in. And if you think European performance depreciation is bad, the next SUV proves even Mercedes can build a luxury EV that buyers completely abandoned. Number 6. 2024 Mercedes-Benz EQS SUV. Mercedes positioned the EQS SUV as the future of luxury driving. A massive digital hyperscreen, elegant styling, and a price tag pushing $136,750. This was supposed to be the electric S-Class on stilts, but in reality, it turned into one of the worst value drops of the year. In just 12 months, the EQS SUV has lost a staggering 48% of its value, around $65,000 gone. That's nearly half the price flushed down the drain, and buyers aren't exactly lining up to take them off dealer lots. What went wrong? Owners say the interior doesn't live up to Mercedes standards. Despite all the screens and lighting, materials feel plasticky, and the driving experience lacks the refined comfort you'd expect at this level. Consumer Reports also knocked the vehicle for overly complicated controls and inconsistent software performance. Then there's the elephant in the showroom. EV demand is cooling, and luxury EVs like this are taking the biggest hit. Price cuts, incentives, and changing tax credit rules have made new models cheaper, obliterating used values in the process. The EQS SUV promised flagship innovation. Instead, it delivered flagship depreciation. Think you've seen the worst? The next SUV isn't electric, but it's still losing value faster than a leaky gas tank. Number 5. 2024 Land Rover Discovery. The Land Rover Discovery carries a name rich in heritage and prestige. With its upscale design, spacious 7-seat layout, and a base price of $61,375, it looks like the perfect blend of luxury and utility. But under the surface, it's a financial sinkhole. In just 1 year, the 2024 Discovery lost over $18,700 in value, nearly 30% wiped out. And that's not just market fluctuation, it's a symptom of deeper problems. Consumer Reports consistently ranks the Discovery near the bottom in reliability. Owners report everything from infotainment malfunctions to major drivetrain issues and air suspension failures. Add in Land Rover's sky-high maintenance costs, and suddenly, that premium SUV becomes a recurring expense. Even simple electrical problems often require full diagnostic sessions and pricey dealer-only solutions. It's luxury, sure, but with a side of headaches. And with a mild refresh in 2021 and no major updates since, the current Discovery already feels outdated compared to newer, more efficient competitors. The Discovery promises adventure, but delivers frustration. But if you think a $19,000 drop is painful, the next SUV makes that look like pocket change. It bleeds over $30,000 in just 1 year. Number 4. 2024 Maserati Levante. The Maserati Levante was supposed to bring Italian flair to the luxury SUV world. With a Ferrari-derived engine, exotic styling, and a starting price north of $92,000, it promised exclusivity and performance. But what owners got instead? Some of the worst resale value on the market. The 2024 Levante has dropped between $32,000 and $37,000 in just 1 year, losing up to 32% of its value. That's a gut punch for anyone who thought they were buying a long-term luxury asset. The issues aren't new. Consumer Reports has flagged the Levante for everything from electrical malfunctions to transmission failures and power steering problems. Number 13. 2024 Kia EV6. The Kia EV6 launched with serious buzz. It had the looks, the performance, and the tech to go head-to-head with Tesla. Starting at $42,600, it promised ultra-fast charging, up to 310 miles of range, and bold, futuristic styling. But just a year later, it's become one of the fastest depreciating EVs on the road. In 2025, the EV6 dropped by as much as 35% in value, over $15,000 gone for many owners. Why? Blame the brutal EV price war. Kia, like many other automakers, began slashing prices on new models to stay competitive. That torched resale values overnight. Then there's the oversaturation. With EV6s flooding the market and better-equipped rivals entering the scene, buyers have more options and less interest in used units. Even current owners complain about frustrating software quirks, a stiff ride, and inconsistent real-world range. Consumer Reports notes that while the EV6 is fun to drive, its long-term reliability is still unproven, and early adopters are paying the price. With high insurance premiums and expensive repair parts, the EV6 feels less like a smart EV and more like a rolling risk. Want a futuristic car that holds its value? This isn't it. But if you thought Kia had problems, wait until you see how Jaguar turned a luxury SUV into a $28,000 regret. Number 12. 2024 Jaguar F-Pace. At first glance, the Jaguar F-Pace looks like a luxury dream. Starting around $58,000, it offers sleek British styling, premium materials, and that distinctive Jaguar badge. But for many owners, the dream doesn't last long, and neither does the value. In just 1 year, the 2024 F-Pace has dropped by a brutal 35%, wiping out nearly $28,000 in resale value. A big part of the problem? Jaguar's identity crisis. The brand is in the middle of a full-on overhaul, cutting models, shifting focus, and leaving buyers unsure of what's next. That uncertainty is crushing resale demand, but the F-Pace's issues go deeper than branding. Consumer Reports has flagged repeated problems with infotainment freezes, electrical glitches, and costly brake repairs. Even something as simple as starting the vehicle can be hit or miss thanks to buggy software. Maintenance isn't cheap either. Jaguar parts and service bills often rival German luxury brands, without offering the same reliability or prestige. Many owners report more time at the dealership than on the road. If you're hoping for a refined, worry-free luxury experience, the F-Pace delivers the opposite and makes sure you pay dearly for it. But don't get too comfortable, because the next SUV didn't just drop in value. It aged an entire decade overnight. Number 11. 2024 Infiniti QX80. The 2024 Infiniti QX80 is a massive SUV with serious road presence. Starting around $79,000, it offers a plush ride, spacious cabin, and that old-school V8 power. But all that size and swagger didn't stop it from crashing hard in value. In just 12 months, the QX80 has lost 36% of its worth, over $28,000 gone. What happened? Infiniti finally introduced a fully redesigned QX80 for 2025, complete with a twin-turbo V6, new tech, and a far more modern design. That instantly turned the 2024 model into yesterday's news. But the problems with the old QX80 run deeper than looks. Built on a platform dating back to 2010, the outgoing version felt ancient even before the redesign. Its poor fuel economy, just 14 miles per gallon combined, made every trip feel like a drain, and the dated infotainment system was miles behind the competition. Consumer Reports also flagged reliability concerns, from suspension issues to engine cooling problems. Add high maintenance costs, and you've got a luxury SUV that feels more like a financial liability. The 2024 QX80 wasn't just outdated, it was outmatched. And if you think that depreciation hurts, wait until you see how Tesla managed to destroy over $30,000 of value on one of its most expensive models without changing a single thing. Number 10. 2024 Tesla Model X. The Tesla Model X was once the poster child for high-end electric SUVs. With its futuristic design, blazing fast acceleration, and iconic falcon wing doors, it felt like something out of a sci-fi movie. But if you bought one in 2024, the only thing flying might be your money, straight out the window. The Model X lost an average of 36.4% of its value in just 1 year. Roughly $32,000 gone from its original $88,000 price tag. Why? Tesla's relentless price-cutting strategy. To keep up with competitors, the company has slashed prices on brand new Model X's multiple times, instantly dragging down the value of every used one on the road. Then there's the brand fatigue. Elon Musk's increasingly polarizing public image has pushed some buyers away, softening demand in both new and used markets. And while the tech still leads in many areas, long-standing issues remain: glitchy screens, inconsistent build quality, and a frustrating service experience. Consumer Reports has praised the Model X's innovation, but slammed its reliability. When your luxury EV spends more time at the service center than in your driveway, resale value takes a nosedive. It's futuristic, sure, just not financially. But if you think Tesla's price drop was aggressive, wait until you see how Hyundai's flagship EV fell apart in record time, despite all the hype. Before we go any further, did you hit that button yet? Ignoring subscribe is like a slow tire leak. It rolls for now, but trust me, it's gonna cost you. Number 9. 2024 Hyundai Ioniq 5. The Hyundai Ioniq 5 came in hot, with its retro-futuristic design, spacious interior, and starting price of $43,000. It was hailed as the EV of the future. Fast charging, up to 303 miles of range, and rave reviews made it an early standout. But just 1 year later, it suffered one of the steepest value crashes in its class. From 2024 to 2025, the Ioniq 5 lost 39% of its value, roughly $17,000 gone. Why the massive drop? Hyundai aggressively discounted new models to stay competitive, flooding the market and destroying demand for used ones. But it's not just about price wars. Owners have reported frustrating tech bugs, from frozen infotainment systems to random charging interruptions. Consumer Reports notes that, despite its promise, the Ioniq 5's reliability is still an open question. And when something does go wrong, parts availability and service turnaround times have been serious pain points. Even the premium trims with all-wheel drive and digital cockpit displays aren't immune. What looked like a revolution in EV design quickly turned into a cautionary tale in resale. For many buyers, the future arrived and then immediately devalued itself. Next up, the best-selling Tesla just took its biggest resale hit yet. Number 8. 2024 Tesla Model Y. The Tesla Model Y was America's top-selling EV, and for a while, it seemed unstoppable. With a starting price of $47,490, up to 330 miles of range, and lightning-fast acceleration, it became the go-to electric SUV for families and tech lovers alike. But in 2025, the value dropped harder than anyone expected. On average, the Model Y lost 40% of its value, around $23,360 gone in just 12 months. What happened? Massive overproduction. After opening the Texas Gigafactory, Tesla flooded the market with new units. Combine that with aggressive price cuts, and resale values collapsed almost overnight. Build quality didn't help either. Owners continue to report misaligned panels, rattling interiors, and software bugs. Even with over-the-air updates, issues like phantom braking and touchscreen glitches have pushed some drivers over the edge. Consumer Reports gave it high marks for innovation, but docked points for reliability and service satisfaction. And then there's perception. Elon Musk's political presence has polarized buyers, causing some to ditch the brand entirely. When demand slips, so does resale. And the Model Y's steep decline proves it. It's fast, it's flashy, but now it's a fast way to lose money. And just when you thought 40% was bad, wait until you see the SUV that lost 42. Number 7. 2024 Alfa Romeo Stelvio Quadrifoglio. The Alfa Romeo Stelvio Quadrifoglio is a performance lover's dream on paper. A twin-turbo V6 with 505 horsepower, lightning-fast handling, and head-turning Italian design. It screams excitement. But for owners who bought one in 2024, that excitement turned into regret real fast. Owners also report high brake wear and clunky infotainment systems that feel far from premium. Maintenance is another nightmare. Parts are expensive, Service centers are few, and warranty repairs often take weeks. All that Italian drama might be charming in a sports car, but in a daily driver SUV, it's just exhausting. And while the Levante turns heads, it also empties wallets, with resale values falling harder than its 0 to 60 time. Driving one may feel exclusive, but so does sitting alone in the service bay. But the next SUV didn't just hit a value wall, it crashed head first into it. And this one wore the Mercedes badge while doing it. Number 3. 2024 Audi Q8 E-Tron. The Audi Q8 E-Tron was meant to be Audi's crown jewel in the EV race. With a sleek design, refined cabin, and a price tag starting around $74,400, it promised the luxury and performance Audi fans expect, with electric efficiency to match. But for 2024 buyers, that promise came with a crushing price tag. In just 1 year, the Q8 E-Tron has lost up to 35% of its value, roughly $25,000 gone, and the reasons are hard to ignore. First, the competition. With Tesla, Hyundai, BMW, and even Kia offering better range, faster charging, and lower price points, the Q8 E-Tron feels stuck in the middle, too expensive to compete with mainstream EVs, and not innovative enough to take on the premium segment. Then there's the range. At 285 miles, it lags behind rivals that easily break the 300 mark. Add in slow charging speeds, high repair costs, and limited EV tax credit eligibility, and resale demand starts to crumble. Consumer Reports notes that while it drives beautifully, the Q8 E-Tron doesn't deliver anything game-changing. And in today's EV market, that's a death sentence for value. It's smooth, it's quiet, and it depreciates like a dropped rock. And just when you thought full-size gas SUVs were safe from this list, the next one proves size doesn't stop the bleeding. Number 2. 2024 Chevrolet Suburban. The Chevrolet Suburban has been a staple of American roads for decades. With 3 rows of space, a strong towing capacity, and a starting price around $59,000, it's built for big families and big trips. But for 2024 buyers, it also came with one big financial downside: massive depreciation. In just 1 year, the Suburban has lost over $18,000 in value, thanks to a combination of oversupply, rising fuel costs, and aging tech. That's nearly 30% of its original price, gone before the first oil change. Part of the problem is saturation. Fleet sales to rental companies and government agencies have flooded the used market with Suburbans, driving prices down fast. And with gas mileage hovering around 16 miles per gallon, more buyers are looking elsewhere. Then there's the technology gap. While rivals like the Ford Expedition and Toyota Sequoia offer fresher interiors and more advanced driver assist systems, the 2024 Suburban still relies on outdated infotainment and clunky controls. Consumer Reports has also flagged issues with electrical systems and drivetrain reliability in recent model years. It's a workhorse, no doubt, but it's also a resale liability. Think you're safe going with tradition? The final SUV on this list proves that even cutting-edge tech, big hype, and a luxury badge can't stop a total value freefall. Number 1. 2024 Genesis GV60. The Genesis GV60 was one of the most hyped EV debuts in recent years. With its sleek design, upscale interior, and quirky features like facial recognition startup, it positioned itself as a high-tech alternative to Tesla. Starting at around $60,000, it aimed to be the luxury EV that did things differently. And it did, but not in a good way. In just 12 months, the GV60 has lost nearly $26,000 in value, over 43% gone. That's the steepest percentage drop among luxury EVs in its class. The reasons? First, Genesis is still building brand awareness in the premium space, and the GV60's oddball styling and compact size make it a tough sell on the used market. Range is decent at 248 miles, but competitors are offering more for less. And the quirky tech? It hasn't aged well. Facial recognition glitches and buggy infotainment updates have frustrated owners. Consumer Reports praised its cabin quality and acceleration, but also noted poor resale and long-term reliability concerns. Add in minimal dealership support compared to brands like Lexus or BMW, and the GV60 ends up being a risky investment. It's stylish, it's fast, and it lost nearly half its value in a year. This list was brutal, but it's not the end of it. Hit play on the next one, you'll want to see what's coming.